Hey everybody, this is Solinus Dracone, and today I'm playing Zelda 2 Link's Adventure. This is the second installment of the Zelda series, meant as a direct sequel, I think, to the original game. In this game, Link is 16 years old, he's a teenager, and so we are treated to seeing him grow up for the first time. I liked the direction that they took with this game. I felt it was really cool that they did a side-scrolling thing, and it felt a little bit more active to me. So that makes this actually my favorite game in the Zelda series. A lot of controversy on that, but hey, you know, that's video games for you. I didn't want to try recording the title screen because honestly, this emulator starts off pretty instantly, and it's kind of hard to get a good recording going. So let's begin. Let's just go ahead and start off. So here we start in the main castle, and we've got Princess Zelda up there asleep. Now the canon that is put forth by a lot of fans is that this is not the same Zelda that you saved in the original game. This is actually alternate universe or prequel or whatever, so I'm not going to really get into it too much. I like to think that Zelda got cursed sometime after Link had rescued her. So in any case, I'm going to this cave first just because I like to dank it. I like to top up as best as possible. You can tell that these louders is what they're called, those little pill bugs on the ground, that when they're coming, because you can see the shape on the ground coming towards you, can see a little bit of distortion on the ground. So I'm not too worried about going for all the stuff, although I will not attempt any other caves without the candle. But I wanted that little bit of magic. Now, I kind of like to play the experience points here, play the leveling a little bit differently. I tend to make magic my last priority when I'm leveling things up because I don't depend on it all that much. I kind of, focus more on life and on attacks, so it's actually a while before I get around to upgrading the attack. I'm sorry, not the attack, the magic. And I get a little bit grindy with it, and I'll try to spare everybody that. There's a good possibility I'm not going to be managing to make it to full-on, 888 in all the levels. I'm probably not going to manage that. But at the same time, it's a nice little thing that, you have the option to do that. And there is even a New Game Plus mode. This is like the first game I know that ever did such a thing. I do want to get that first level to happen, so... God damn it. These moblins here do not give any life or any experience whatsoever. It's tragic. Alright, so I might as well stop off in the town of... Welcome to Rauru. Yep, this, believe it or not, all the sages from from Ocarina of Time were named after towns in this particular game. Now, the one town that I'm aware of that did not get an actual name, a named sage, was Kasuto. That's the only one I know that didn't have a corresponding name. So you go into this particular house, you're looking for the purple lady with the thing on her head, and she's got the old grandpa in the basement. And he gives you the shield magic, which is quite useful. It reduces the amount of damage that you take, and I tend to use it for boss fights or when I'm pretty low on health or about to die. There's probably going to be some dying in this run, because I kind of like to go for certain things before it's time to go for them. That's kind of a hallmark, trademark of what I do. I try to grab stuff. So one thing for sure that I'm probably going to be getting killed on is when I go and grab the hammer from Death Mountain. Now this first video, I'm just trying to gather up what I can, and that's going to be in the way of heart containers and magic containers. So there's actually 3 on each continent. It's pretty easy to figure it out that way. Yep, there's the louder. And yeah, so really generally in the vicinity of the palace that you're going for, you will tend to find the heart containers or the magic containers, although that's not always a definite. A lot of them do happen in places nowhere near a palace, but there's 3 on each continent. That's all you have to know. And this particular game introduced us to the idea that Hyrule was on a world where there was 2 continents, and I thought that was also a pretty nice addition. This game just had a great, epic, grand feeling. You gotta watch it. When this guy flings his boomerangs at you, if you happen to be standing there holding up your heart when he does that, then he's gonna tag you. Alright, so life will go up. I'm gonna save those experience points for when my attack will go up. And the way I like to do it is I try to get these things up in such a fashion that when I'm finishing up a palace, which guarantees you a level up as soon as you put the crystal in the forehead of the statue, then it gives you enough experience points to level up. So I'm going to be doing this in such a fashion that I can get the more expensive stuff out of the way when I do that. So my most expensive thing would be the next one that I level up when it's time to turn in that crystal. Because you start the game, you'll notice at the bottom of the screen with 6 crystals, and you've got to get rid of them. The idea here is that by placing the 6 crystals in the 6 palaces all around the world, then you will open up the path to the Golden Palace, which contains the 3rd Triforce, the Triforce of Courage, which was another absolutely epic thing to me, that there was a 3rd Triforce. I grew up in the era when the Super Mario Super Show was around and we had the cartoon, and in the cartoon there were 2 Triforces, Power and Wisdom, and as it was in the original game too. But these, the idea because there was such a power struggle in the cartoon. I really got into it when I was a kid. There was such a power struggle between having one Triforce or the other, that just the idea that a 3rd Triforce existed that could have tipped that balance, that's what grabbed my imagination as a child when I was watching the cartoon. So that predated this particular thing, and yeah, that 3rd Triforce, man, just the thought. So yeah, that's part of why I like this game so much, is it's just got all that epicness. It felt like a lot more serious of a game than the original Zelda. You were a young man now. You were grown, and you were taking on stuff with a man-sized sword, not a little stick sword. So yeah, that was the overall change in the tone here. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that for now. I'm gonna skip by this too because I want to move ahead and get the keys. That's what you gotta do, is you gotta get the keys before you head down there. Now I'm gonna be taking this video just as far as beating the boss of this palace, which is named Mazura, the horse head. And he's not a terribly difficult boss as long as you know how to take him on. And it does help if you get your attack up. That's why I'm focusing on the attack so much. You're gonna notice that I do a lot of ducking when I wanna hit stuff, and that's because you get a cleaner shot, I think, and then there's less interruption in your stride. I just like to duck when I hit a lot of stuff. I also have a special tactic that probably everybody's aware of for handling the Iron Knuckle Knights, and I like to use that. I like to exploit the hell out of that. So yeah, this guy, I don't know what he's called, but he's basically he's like a Hammer Brother with his movements, is what it is. Alright, attack up, splendid. And that means that I'm going to be able to get the life up that much easier. And the magic up. I do have to consider the magic up, because I don't want the last thing I get in this place as a result of pumping my power into the crystal, is that I get that silly little 50 magic thing. So I'm trying to engineer the way I level up, and a lot of people will just take the first thing that comes to their mind, the first thing that comes up at each level, but you've got the option not to. And that, just controlling how you level up, can make this a very different game. You gotta watch out for these skullhead guys. They actually not only take life, but they also take magic, and I think to a certain extent they take experience. I know that some of these enemies sap experience out of you, which that's a very D&D vampire kind of a thing. You've got a shield, and it's good for deflecting rocks, but it doesn't do a hell of a lot else. And of course you're gonna have the crazy skull, the one that goes like double speed, and that's a real bastard to have to keep up with. Oi, 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 oi. Okay, just try to survive. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Gosh, I don't want to get the pea bag for that. I hope I didn't just lose that forever. That would be a tragedy. All right, well, here we go. Ooh, this guy. He will get me back to the 50 again. Come on. Let's go, Hammer Brother. There we go. Ooh, that's almost a waste. I'll take it though. I think I still get the rest of the experience. Yes, I do. I'm gonna skip that as well. Yes, there we go. 2 life points. Fantastic. Alright, so I think that I can... oh yeah, here's my trick. Jump and swing as you begin to come down. Their AI doesn't know how to deal with it. You can smooth sail. Alright, so... what do I get at the next... at 100? What do I get there? I thought I got some magic. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Is the pea bag still there? Yay, it is. Nope. Skipping that. I'm gonna skip it if I can. I want to try and see if I can get up to the 400. That's gonna be a tricky thing, but I think it's possible. I might have to kill a skull, and God, you do not want to see me standing there killing a skull. I'm using a bit of the turbo button here. It's not really the turbo button, it's just a mapped control to the turbo button on this emulator, but you know, the turbo button was present back then on the NES Max and NES Advantage controllers, so I don't consider it any more a cheat now than I did then. These guys are really good for experience if you've got the patience for it, so I'm just gonna stab at him until I get my 50 experience out of him, and these guys do respawn, so you can grind these guys out pretty easily. I'm gonna grind 1, just so you can see how many million hits he takes. God, that's so many hits that you have to pour into that guy, it's ridiculous. They get less powerful as time goes on, and they get way more easy when you get the down stab. Alright, Iron Knuckle. I think you're worth 50. Awesome. Yeah, their AI doesn't know how to deal with it when you do that kind of jump thing. And honestly, the only way to fight some of these guys is to just peg them in the leg, so to speak. I have a concern that I am going to, you know, have to do my magic as the level up that I get here, and that's not going to be fun for me. So I might just go ahead and hold out if I don't make it all the way up to 500. If I can make it close to 500, if I can do that, then maybe, just maybe, I can hold out for the next level. Aw, gee, that's just what I wanted, thanks. Alright, I don't remember how much the horse is worth, but we're gonna give him a go. Alright, stab at him and run away. That's what you want to do, just jump, stab, run away. He hits like a truck, and you don't want to get tagged by him. Come on. There you go. Oop. Ooh, oop, oop, oop. Man, I always thought that was epic. Okay. Well, shit on me. I guess. Yeah, I'll do it, because then what I'm gonna want to do is... Shit, I don't want to use up. I don't want to burn the castle's level up on a stupid freaking magic. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go take down like 2 skulls. Yeah, 2 skulls will do it. I'll get up to 100 here, and then I can, you know, work my way up to the next level, and on and on and on. I wanna try for the next level of attack before I get out of this palace. It's really grindy, and I'm probably gonna bore the heck out of some people, but it doesn't really honestly take all that long, and it's not that hard to manage. So let's give it a go. Okay, you gotta catch this guy, and you see you do nudge back a bit, so sometimes you have to move forward just to keep within this guy's little attack range. And if you fall out of his range, he'll come forward, and the angle might not be to your benefit. So just try your best. Alright, that's cool. Got that. Come out, go back in. Alright, this is good. I got a good angle on this guy. I'm just going to wail away at him. And it's going to just be such an advantage to have 3 attack going into the next palace and such. So, I mean, this is formative. This is getting my juices flowing, so to speak, on starting up the proper run. Oh, wow. I'll probably be able to... Yeah, I'm gonna do this. That's what I'm gonna do. Got myself up to 100. I'm gonna pop the crystal in this palace, and that's how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I am happy with that. I can get my magic up on the dinky little enemies that you fight on the way here. So yeah, just a couple skulls is all it takes. You know, just manipulate your experience intake, and when you get your levels, and you can get a real early advantage in this game. I mean, I've already got level 4 life. That means I'm already taking that much less damage throughout the rest of the game. So yeah, that's my strategy in this game. Don't take certain levels. Magic doesn't become important until much later in the game. So here we go. You walk up, it automatically pumps that in. And a lot of the palaces have statues in the color of the next palace. So, bam. Attack number 3. Awesome. So, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video here. And thank you for watching. This is Solinus Dracone.